Good morning, students. Today we will be starting with a new chapter, and the name of the chapter is Climate of India. In this chapter, we will be studying about the various climates which are observed in our country and why these climates are there. These climates are there due to the different, or you can say the various geographical conditions of our country. In our country, you can see there are huge variety of geographical conditions you are seen or observed. That are, if you see in Jammu Kashmir, there are hills, very high hills, then there are plateaus somewhere in the between. The desert is there in the Rajasthan. In the east of our India, there is the marshy areas, or you can say they are located near to the sea. And the near, if you go to South India, it is near to equator. So various types of climates are found here. What we will be studying in this chapter is, first, the climatic diversity of India. Second will be the factors affecting climate of India, and these factors are due to geographical conditions. Then the rhythm of the seasons, you can see the seasons which come one after another. Then distribution of the rainfall, because in our country Cherrapunji is there which receives the highest amount of rainfall. Then the change of the climate. Change of the climate occurs due to the amount of rainfall in any area, because in Rajasthan, if you see, there is a very less amount of rainfall, and that is the reason why there the climate is so dry, and very less amount of water is found there, so it is hot and dry. Now when you see that, we can say that how many types of climates are found in our country. So there majorly, if you see, if we throw light, so majorly the in the entire year, the four types of climates are observed in our country. The first is the cold weather, second is the hot weather, third is the monsoon, and the fourth is the winters. Okay, so cold, hot, rainy rainy season, and the autumn, or the, you can say, the monsoon season. Okay, now what is in these four types of climate, majorly if you categorize India, it observes the what kind of climate does it what type of climate does it observe. In India, the climate is majorly hot and wet, or you can say the monsoon type. This type of climate is found mainly in South India, or you can say the Southeast Asia. The Southeast Asia, however, the variation of the climate is found in our country. It in itself, in the northern part, it is mostly the cold and dry weather, whereas in the south it is hot and wet climate, because it is near to equator. But the coastal regions of the India show the least amount of the difference in the temperatures. Okay, so when we talk about the amount of the degrees of temperature, it is like they don't show the extreme weathers. In winters, neither it is too cold, and in summers, it is neither so hot nor so hot. So in this map of India, you can see that in Jammu and Kashmir, uh, cold climate is there. Whereas if you observe in Rajasthan, then the hot weather is there. In south, if you go, no extreme climates or extreme weathers are seen here. But in the West Bengal, East Bengal, in the Bengal, if you see, slightly hot and humid weather is observed, and due to its climatic conditions, you can see all this, and geographical conditions, because the entire West Bengal, or you can say the northeast region is near to the Himalayan range, so it observes very cold climate there. where the West Bengal is near to the ocean. So now we will discuss the factors which affect the climate. What are the main factors which directly affect? First is the latitude, second is the altitude, third is the relief, or you can say the geographical conditions due to which the country is facing some relief. Then the distance from the sea, the Himalayan mountain, distribution of land and water. So these are the factors which directly affect the climate of India. Whereas some factors are there which not directly, but yes, indirectly they affect the climate, and that is the surface pressure and wind, okay, upper air circulation, and the western cyclones, or you can say the direction of the winds also. Now discussing, first we will discuss the direct factors which affect the weather, or the climate, or you can say the weather or the climate of India. First is the latitudes. As we move from away, as we move from the surface of the earth to a higher altitudes, the temperature decreases. In our previous class also I explained this by giving an example of the temperature in Delhi and the temperature at Shimla or Manali, or the places which are located on the high hills. You can see the temperature there is very low. Whereas if you see the temperature in Delhi, it is located in the plains and the temperature is very high. Pressure and wind system. The going high towards the hills, the pressure is low, whereas the wind blowing are very high. So the that is why the temperature there is very low. Now here in the diagram also you can see the blue mark, that is Agra. Agra is written in blue. It is located in the plains and it experiences very high temperature or mostly summers throughout the year. Whereas if you see the place written in red color, it is in the northeastern part of our country. So it is located at a very high altitude. So the place which is located at very high altitude, it experiences a cold weather, and this cold weather is due to the location of this place, because it is not in the plains, it is very high in the hills. So you can say that altitude of a place decides its coldness or the hotness. Now moving on to the next point, it is the distance from the sea. The distance from the sea means the coastal regions, or how far a place is from the sea or from the oceans. These are the regions which are located near to the sea are cooler as compared to the interior regions. The distance from the sea increases the influence and decreases the people experience extreme weather conditions. Okay. Now, what do you mean by this? That distance from the sea? The ocean currents, the cold ocean currents showing all over a region will decrease the temperature of that area. Warm currents will increase the temperature of that area. So if you see the eastern part of the oceans or the sea, there are the warm currents present, and due to what the temperature on the eastern side of the India is high, whereas if you see on the western side, the temperature present there is low. Now the distance from the sea, here in the map you can see that these places are located, the places which are located near to the sea are facing directly the temperature or the ocean currents from the sea, whereas the places like Delhi and Shimla, they are very distantly located from the sea, and these are and these are really, facing very high temperature. In Delhi the temperature is very high, but the temperature in Shimla is very low, and that is due to the altitude of Shimla, because it is located in the hills. And the places like Chennai and Kolkata, they are near to the sea. This is why the temperature there is facing. What are the relief features? Relief features are the barriers that block currents from entering the country. Relief features, when we say students, it means that suppose for example I am giving you the Himalayas on the northern side of the India, or on towards the Jammu and Kashmir, the entire Himalayan range, it stops the cold waves coming from the northern side, and they act as barrier from the cold winds, which in winters when they come from the Siberian side, they enter India. Or maybe the hot winds which are flowing from north to from east to west, or you can say from the lower from the coastal areas to the hilly areas. In the diagram you can see the arrows also. In winters the winds are blowing from Himalayas towards the India, the lower plains, whereas in summers the winds are blowing from the coastal areas towards the hills. So what are Himalayas doing? They are acting as the barriers. In this I just wanted to show you this diagram of the globe. Why? Because the India, the location of the India, here you can see it very clearly that the southern part of the India is located near to the equator, and the area which is closer to the equator experiences very high temperatures during the summers, whereas the area which are located near the Tropic of Cancer, or you can say they are in the temperate zone, they are not in the torrid zones. Okay, so torrid zone experiences high temperature, whereas temperate zone experiences slightly lower temperature, and they have very pleasant temperatures. So by having a look on this map and the location of India on the globe, you will come to know about the temperature of the India. Now, when we talk about the temperature of our country, then mostly hot weather season, or you can say India faces mostly the hot weather or the hot season during the entire year. So, out of 12 months, if you say 6 to 8 months are of summer season only. For from March end onwards, the India starts experiencing the summer season, and from July to September it is rainy season. But then again the temperature is very high in this monsoon or the rainy season. the ho- Basically the hot weather starts in India from March onwards. March, April, May are the hot and dry summer season, whereas July, August and September are hot and humid, or you can say the rainy season in India. But in summer season you can say there are still, some of the positive points of the summer seasons. Now, what are these important points of the summer seasons? Is that the kind of fruits we enjoy in summers, and the kind of due to these hot air which are blowing in the northern part of the country, they come from the western sides, and easterlies and westerlies are the winds blowing through the country during summers. So due to these hot winds, only the ripening of the fruits or ripening of the crops is taking place. And if the hot weather is not there, then getting we won't be getting such nice crops and the nice you can say nice things which we are having right now due to these weathers. But yes, in India, during hot and dry summers, one major thing which North Indians face are known as the dry winds or the hot winds which blow in the month of April and May. And these the entire northern region faces extreme temperature starting from 30 degrees centigrades up to 45 degrees of centigrade, 45 degrees centigrades. Now in the northern part where you are taking a look, or which you are which you can see that the yellow part of the India, it falls into the northern region, or maybe in the temperate zone, but still it is very hot in summers here. And in summers, when these winds are blowing, these dry and hot winds are known as loo. In Hindi we say them loo, and in English we say it the very warm winds. Okay, these warm winds blow in the month of April and May. And even your parents also tell you to stay inside the home, and you to save yourself from these loo, because these hot winds can create, or they can be a reason for the heat stroke happen to you. And this heat stroke is actually not good for you, because due to heat stroke your nose can start bleeding, you even you can faint. And this the loo is experienced by the northern India in the month of April and May. So now, after studying this hot weather and hot and humid weather in the northern India, and in the major the countries facing the summer season, today we will be concluding this chapter till here only. So you have to read page number 1 and page number 2. This is your homework. In our next class, we will be discussing a rest of the climates which we experience throughout the year in our country. So, climate of India is a very small chapter and a very easy chapter. So just read it.